Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Cave. If you've never been here before, this is an absolute must-see. We just got finished with the tour, and I'm not going to try and spoil anything with it, but we went on the Mammoth Passage tour, and you just get to see like the basic entryway going in. You get to see the large caverns and just a lot of history that goes along with it. We had Ranger Aaron, and if you do get to select what ranger you get, I would recommend Ranger Aaron. Not only an absolute wealth of knowledge, but some great punny jokes and just a lot of fun. So Ranger Aaron, thank you very much for a great tour. Mammoth Cave, it's about 426 miles of discovered tunnels. They don't know the extent to where these tunnels end. The lowest tour is roughly about an hour and 15 minutes long. That's one that we went on, all the way to some more of the adventurous tours, which you will hear Ranger Aaron talk about a little bit later, that go all the way up to 6 hours, to where you are squeezing through tight little caverns, you are climbing down massive ladders, you're climbing up 17-foot holes. If you're the adventurer, this is the place to go. The beauty is really this park. It is filled with bike trails, there were walking trails. This is about over 50 acres of land here. So this is a place that honestly I feel that you can go, especially if you're bringing your RV. You can stay here a few days and have plenty of things to do. So regardless of where you're coming from, what you're coming in, this is definitely a great national park to go to. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Get to Mammoth Cave. So this right here is that's the hotel there, the lodge.
Oh, nice.
And then they're building on what they call family cabins right over there right now.
Hi, camera.
I think so.
Do we have time for that, or should we?
No, we do, because then right over there then is the visitor center.
Hi, camera.
Yeah, no, they look really, I mean, they're brand new, almost like townhouse style apartments. Yeah. So it's got like a little, cafe. And they've got a lantern cafe, so there's two cafes.
Oh, I love that
Yeah.
rug. Take a picture of it.
Is that the real kind,
Sarah
Dad?
likes the rug.
It's beautiful. I actually like the whole setup. I'm gonna take mine.
Oh, look at, see, they've got, it's not Starbucks, but they proudly serve Starbucks. They got like a nice little gift shop. That is so cool. Oh, they have a Mammoth Cave whiskey. Look at that. Are you gonna want a hat, Arlie? This one's kind of neat too. Look at that. How are prices on these things? Well, $35 for a hat. I guess that's the going rate now.
To see it on your way out, like we could have actually brought the camper here Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of parking here if you have an RV and you want to bring a camper.
Well, like if we were like honestly, Jack, we could have brought the camper here, done the hike, and then gotten the camper and then left.
And it looks like there's more.
Yeah.
There's more cabins that are over there on that side.
45th annual cave sing, December 1st.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Now you can come here. It's open during the winter, but the campground wouldn't be open. The campground closes.
That's right.
November 30th, I believe the sign said.
Yep.
Let's
Tour
go.
descriptions.
Let's go to the cave. I'm gonna see what the
Okay,
cave's
so
like.
that's the hotel. That's where we walked in, walked across the bridge, came all the way around, and we are right here. And the RV park is that way. I guess that way.
Are we doing this one, the Frozen Niagara?
No, I think we're doing the Mammoth Passage.
Okay.
Ooh.
An introductory
Let's
guided
go
tour
to
of the
the
historic
Mammoth
entrance.
Hey, I like this one. This is ideal for persons that have difficulty walking long distance or navigating stairs. I like that one.
Should we see if it's open?
Nope.
So it
it
says
open?
park hours are 8:30 to 4:30. Things to remember as you're coming here is that you are about 10 minutes away from Eastern time going that way. So they're constantly reminding you that you are on Central Time. I'm guessing it was because of the tour availability. Good morning.
Okay, I'll return the favor.
All right. We don't have reservations for a tour, but we've got a little one and ones that don't want to be in tight spaces. What do you recommend we?
The best tour we've got for anything like that would probably be the Mammoth Passage tour.
That's the one that I think we were thinking about.
Yeah, the
Is that
smallest.
like, is
go
that about
ahead.
an hour-ish?
Hour 15 minutes.
50,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. That'll probably be
And we've got one of those at 9 o'clock.
Perfect. And then the reason I didn't buy ahead of time is because I read somewhere that there's a discount if you're staying in the park.
There's nothing like that.
Oh, there's not? Oh,
no,
okay.
the only discounts for tour tickets that we have are if you have a senior and access pass.
Okay, and not even with if you have the national park.
Yeah, the normal annual ones, they only cover entrance fees for parks.
Okay.
We don't have an entrance fee
Awesome.
here.
And I can bring a backpack in?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's below the shoulders.
Oh, yep, it is. Yeah. You want to go in the park store?
Why do we need a big
Hello. Where are the stamps? Yeah. Oh, awesome. All right.
Oh, did you see the little Lego kit you can build a bison or a woolly mammoth?
So there's the visitor center, and see all of these different things right here? Those are all
I
the
wanna
tunnels.
I want to do that one.
Which one are you gonna do? Oh no, you get lost there. That looks like Fat Man's Misery.
Batman's Misery.
No, not Batman's Misery. We are now waiting in shelter A for the tour. We are going on the Mammoth Passage tour, which they said is probably a little bit better for first.
Mammoth Cave National Park. This is the first call for 2 separate cave tours. 9 o'clock Mammoth Passage tour.
Mammoth Passage tour.
Shelter A. 9 o'clock Frozen Niagara tour.
They said it takes about an hour and 15 minutes in order to do the tour. So it's the best one if you have not a lot of time, or you don't want to walk a lot of stairs, or if you don't want to do a lot of hiking. And I think it's just a good way. I do plan on coming back here, so I feel like this is the best way to start off and get a good feel for Mammoth, and then we'll see what else we want to do next time we come back.
Hello there, folks. How are you guys doing today? How are you? I'm doing great. My name is Ranger, and I'll be leading you guys today on this Mammoth Passage tour. And I always like to double check who did their homework ahead of time. So by a show of hands, who here has physically read the tour description of this tour? One person. All right, you did share with the rest of your group what you got them into, right? This is a short introductory tour. We'll be walking 3/4 of a mile, 140 steps, and the other important fact being that we have no cave formations on this tour. No stalactites, no stalagmites, no columns, draperies, or flow stones. There's a passageways that gave us our name. Passageways so large you can fit that whole visitor center inside of them. And as long as y'all got your tickets, let's head on down the hill.
Careful. Once you start going.
Those are our white-tailed deer. They're the largest mammals found here inside of the national park. We got a mama and a yearling that just lost their spots. And I'll be your guide, leading you through the cave, telling you awful cave jokes, answering your questions, and giving you all the information along the way. But before we head down into the cave, I do a few quick rules to go over. Rules so important. They made this white laminated card so I never forget them. Laminated, folks. You know it's official. Next thing it says I need to tell you all is that the cave is dimly lit. Shocker. So please give a chance for your eyes to adjust. Please watch your head, watch your step, stay on the trail, and don't go climbing on any of the rocks. Please stay together in your groups today, and if they're under the age of 16, they gotta be within arm's reach of you at all times. No exceptions. Of course, no weapons, tobacco products, e-cigarettes, vaping, selfie sticks, tripods, monopods, food, chewing gum, or drink other than water is allowed inside the Mammoth Cave. If you see any bats in the cave, please leave them alone. If a bat comes in contact with you once you finish screaming, come to either myself or Ranger Parker. We have another little white card to go over with you. That one just contains the word rabies, a lot more than this one. And with that, folks, that's about it. Normally I would talk up here, but I think some of us might be getting a little chilly, so let's head down to the warm cave.
Here we go, into the cave. Switching over to iPhone in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to truly the beginning of Mammoth Cave. Everyone turn around. What do you see?
A trail.
A gate.
A gate. What's beyond the gate? What about light?
Not much.
Yeah. Right here, there is still light. And if you look back that way, it does get brighter. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steps. And behind me is 426 miles of absolute darkness.
Oh my gosh.
Are you all ready to plunge into that darkness?
No.
As creatures of the light go into the dark, we must bring our own light. So, Ranger, go ahead and turn the lights on. Follow me, folks.
Oh, awesome.
Y'all grateful for the lights?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I was just about ready to say I'm rethinking this.
And that was the narrowest point right back there.
Okay, all right.
I want to watch the video.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's. I can give you some before we go. It's
Absolutely
called
perfect.
Making Miracles.
Perfect. This is a big brown bat that has hibernated in this passageway for at least the 5 winters that I've been here. And he's beared a lot of names, including a humorous one, Pablo Escobar, because he had white nose one year, and so he had a little bit of white fuzz on his nose. But big brown bats are the largest species native to Mammoth Cave.
Why are you walking back? Why are you walking behind me?
I'm gonna, if the bat's gonna get somebody,
It's
I'm
not
lagging
going
back.
to get anyone.
Okay. Okay.
All right, folks, y'all want to see the true darkness?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Dad.
This is absolute darkness. Welcome to Mammoth Cave. What we have right here are remnants of some of the earliest modern uses of Mammoth Cave. In 1798, our story begins with a young man by the name of John Houchin. He shot and wounded a black bear and chased it inside of the Mammoth Cave. Would you chase a wounded black bear into a big,
No.
deep, dark hole in the ground?
No.
What about you? No. I don't blame you. I don't know why he did. Some of my friends down here that are from this area said he was definitely not a Kentuckian because they're smarter than that. And plus, if he were, he would have shot and killed that bear with the first shot. Regardless, that land was purchased in 1798 by a young man named Valentine Simmons. He was about 19 years old. And now it hadn't gained the name Mammoth Cave yet. What it had on there was just what it was. This was not just a cave. It was a saltpeter cave. Any of y'all heard of saltpeter before?
No.
No? What? Does anyone know what it's used for? Ammunition. Gunpowder. Exactly. And so that's what you see in front of you all. These are ruins of when Mammoth Cave produced industrial quantities of black gunpowder. What we have right here, we have 3 large leaching vats, and there were a further 7 about a quarter mile in that direction. That is not a hole. That is the floor. They gathered the dirt from miles down the cave in these directions. They brought it here to process. And then when they were done with it, they tossed it out of the vats and just piled it up. They raised the floor of this room in some areas by over 35 feet. A lot of folks like to think that we dug this room out, but in all reality, we actually made it smaller. On up ahead, follow me, folks.
Well, jingle my bells. There is a Christmas tree down here.
Like back here.
That's beautiful.
Is that another cave?
Let me tell you a story that I only learned in its entirety just a handful of years ago. A story from the earliest days of Mammoth Cave that truly did shape what would make Mammoth Cave what it is today. Yet, honestly, it also shows as well how, 200 years ago, people did not appreciate or take care of what we know we need to today. And I do apologize, this is not going to be a very happy story until the very end.
I bet you thought I was going to share this story. Come on, there's got to be a little bit of mystery left over because I want you to come here. I want you to listen to these stories. And Aaron does such a good job of really bringing out the drama of Mammoth Cave. So I encourage you, get here and listen to this story. So about how many visitors visit this a year?
600,000 to 700,000.
Okay.
And honestly, that cap is more connected. It's less connected to how many people want to visit Mammoth Cave and more connected to how many guides we have to lead tours.
Okay.
I'll let you guys roll down.
And what is the most popular tour?
Well, we have our flagship tours, which would be the Domes and Dripstones and Historic tours. We run those year-round. But if I base it less off of the amount of people that go on the tour and more of how quickly do they sell out, that's going to be the Wild Cave Crawling Tour and the Violet City Lantern Tour.
Okay.
Both of those sell out weeks to months ahead of time.
Other than the one that you're leading, what do you think is your favorite tour?
Great Onyx. Absolutely Great Onyx.
And why is that?
The whole story reads like a soap opera. I'm talking, lawsuits going back and forth, a cave owner that goes back on his deals, lawsuits that define modern property law to this day, as well as the awesome cave owner Miss Lucy and her fight against eminent domain.
Okay.
It's an awesome story. And I really don't want to spoil any more than that.
Yeah, no, that sounds
you
good.
You got to take that tour.
From a view standpoint, or like the biggest, if you're here to see like the best of the, like the cool things of the cave, like what would be the best tour?
That would definitely, if you want to see the most variety, Grand Avenue.
Okay.
Because you have a mile of crystal flowers, a mile of slot canyons like out west, a mile of big trunk passageway like this, which includes 4 large mountains, the largest one being 15 stories tall that you have to climb.
Wow.
And then you finish with stalactites and stalagmites in the famous frozen Niagara Formation.
Oh, nice. So which one would be the most adventurous if you're an adventure seeker?
Definitely the Wild Cave Tour. It is 6 hours, 6.5 hours, 6 miles, crawling, climbing, squeezing, climbing out of a 7-foot deep pit, going through areas where I have to breathe out all the air in my lungs to fit through. You have to eat lunch down
So
here
I'm guessing those have like height and weight requirements?
We recommend a 42-inch waist, and you have to, not waist, chest measurement, and then having, boots that go above your ankles that have heavy lug, soles. And we will kick you off the tour if you don't have the right boots.
Okay.
I have.
42-inch. I'm trying to think. I was gonna
You
say
can go a little bit bigger. You just won't be able to fit through a lot of the stuff.
I think I'm a 46. So
I lead the tour, and I'm a 44.
okay. All right.
It's just a tight fit.
Well, I guess if you're not afraid of small spaces, then it's fine.
Mm-hmm. And plus, there's always ways to get around. We want you to try everything. Y'all were a fun group to have. I hope y'all enjoyed the stories, enjoyed the cave, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your time here at Mammoth Cave National Park.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
I would totally recommend that to people who don't think that they want to do a cave hike. I've been in other caves and I wasn't overly excited. I'm not into tight passageways or very constricted.
Or bats.
I think we did see one bat, but it was further down and it was fine. But I would say if you have a little bit of cave fear or claustrophobia, this is the tour for you. You will be fine. You will love it. It will be a great experience because I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm not one who enjoys
That's true.
caves.
You weren't looking forward to doing
I really
this, so it's
wasn't.
good.
I wanted to do it just to say I had done it, but I wasn't looking forward to it. But I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I know that you weren't overly excited about coming, but what would you say for the teenager that is not excited about coming to Mammoth Cave?
I like seeing that Christmas tree.
I would say it's probably my favorite part too.
7-year-old perspective.
Except for a 7-year-old, what do you think of Mammoth Cave, 7-year-old?
I don't like it.
What don't you like about it?
You had a good time,
It
you
was a
said.
little bit long and it makes my legs tired.
Long and there we go. From the perspective of a 7-year-old. Someday, I guarantee you will like it. So let me tell you a little bit about the Mammoth Cave Campground. It is beautiful. Now, one of the negatives is, at least the Mammoth Cave part, there are no hookups. No water, no electric, no sewer. The sewer is down by the store that is really nice. Has a little restaurant to it, which is closed during the season, but has a little restaurant to it. It has pretty much anything that you would need for camping. The only thing that you would need is to find a way to charge whatever items that you were bringing with you. But these campgrounds, a lot of them are all pull-through, so that way if you are bringing a tow dolly or something with you on the back, you don't have to disconnect if you're coming through here, which is great. A lot of national parks don't provide that kind of a luxury. It's very roomy compared to most national parks. I mean, we're sitting with a 34-foot RV, and we've got about another, looks like 12 feet behind us of what we're pulling. So we fit in this spot without any problem. Easy in and out. The loops are very accessible. It's very close to the visitor's entrance, so that way you can always get to where you want to go. Tons of trails around here. You've got the amphitheater just down the way with another amphitheater that as you're going across through the woods. Very excited that we got a chance to be here for just a small amount of time, and looking forward to hopefully getting back here soon to do a longer tour and to spend a lot more time doing some hiking and some fun things around here. So thanks for joining us, and hopefully you will make your way through Mammoth Cave and make your way through the campground in the very near future. See you later.